But anyway, it shows you what sometimes compassion can do and what kindness can do. Because in the monastery we always treat the kangaroos very nicely. We always give them the scraps left over from our bowls. There's no reason why we shouldn't. It's left over anyway. And we treat them well, and sometimes they become this friendly when you treat them really well. And in one sense, even though I was a little bit surprised that it was so greedy for the food, I was actually very happy that that happened, because it showed a level of trust in a wild animal, which I had never thought possible in my entire life. So I was quite happy about this, and I felt a kind of sense of joy that this actually occurred. And I remember another story I read not so long ago, and this was a story from a zoo. And there was an enclosure where all the chimpanzees were in, and there was a pond there. And one of these chimpanzees, for some reason, fell into the pond. And there was all these human beings standing around, looking down to the pond. And apparently, I don't know if it's true for all chimpanzees, but this particular chimpanzee could not swim. And this man was looking at this chimpanzee, and this chimpanzee was looking at the man. And the man said afterwards that I could see this look in the eyes of the chimpanzee, but isn't anybody going to help me here? I'm sinking, I'm dying here. Isn't somebody going to do something? And of course the man straight away felt this contact with the chimpanzee, this emotional contact. So he dove into the dam, grabbed hold of the chimpanzee and pulled it out of the lake, out of this little pond. So he rescued this animal, which he had never met before. He was just a stranger in the zoo, pulled it out of the mud, out of certain death. And this, of course, is so beautiful. And this is the kind of action, wholesome bodily action, where we actually save animals and save life rather than do the opposite. So that is really all I think I want to say about the first course of action here. So this is the action of looking after life and not destroying